What up? Happy 4th of July. Welcome back to the Where's Wally podcast. I'm just going to be farting around, doing some stuff, you know. Turns out it's a really, really good data set. Um, yeah. I'm just saving as I go. What I'm doing is, like I showed in the different video, you build a template, and then you can just, from that same data set, when it's broken up, you can just automatically like throw stuff in. It's pretty time consuming. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Uh, Going to the pool. Hey, Miss Metcalf, what's up? Going to the pool this morning or this afternoon. The water was like bathtub warm yesterday. It was a pretty good time. Uh, so that's going to be part of my day. And yeah, life is good. Life is good. So one thing, it's, I guess you could say it's obvious to me. The format of all these data files is kind of the same when it comes in. So that's not a surprise. But kind of everything, just that black hole, it just makes a bigger black hole. It's kind of cool. Well, that one was quick. I started a TikTok, so that's pretty fun for the Where's Wally podcast. I'm going to post shorts there, things like that. So, boom. Huh. Like I said in the previous video, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to build this out a little more. Then I'm going to take out the little things that are like right here in the middle. We don't need. It really changes the way the whole structure of the stuff is. I'm going to build out a few other things too live, just because I just kind of want to get that done. It's pretty cool data, not a ton of it. Well, at least let's say 5 CSVs are not crazy large, but it's kind of cool data. Responding my ass. I wonder if I can share another screen, only small. Let's see. I guess not. I was gonna see if I could, put YouTube right there, YouTube music, but nope. That's okay. Maybe if I close some of the tons of things I have open, that would probably help things out a little bit. Done. I'm going to try a new, I think I'll do it live as well. I'm going to try this new file splitter on a different file, and we'll see if it works. It's an online version. I'm not really worried about data security with this because A, it's not my data. I don't speak the language. Mm-hmm. It's thinking. Maybe I should do my channel. Share. Copy. Let's get out of there. Task manager. Okay. Hide this. Boom. All right. This is at. It says it's at 14%. It'll clear up. Where's my data folder? There we go. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes when I'm doing let's call it the splitting, it is not seeing, it's trying to put it in English and it's not English, right? Import complete. How about that? Okay. And I'm also deleting 6,522 other files. But that came out good. All right. Actually, I'm going to save this before I go further. What this is a master. I think I kind of described what a master is. I'll be able to show it a little better in some other stuff, but save. Okay. So right here in the middle, we have that null, and essentially 90% of the people, and it's about 100,000 individuals per document. 52 documents. What is that? That's, was that 5,200,000? Man, I can't. I'm suck at math lately, doing it in my head. Yeah, 5,100,000. So 5,100,000 people. It's going to be a lot to put on the screen. Like I mentioned, there's other programs that do this. This one's probably the best professional Intel program. So yeah, that's probably supposed to say CCP. Did it save? It did save. All right, I'm going to do something else for a minute because now that it's saved, because just it's a lot. Intel is fun for the whole family. Hey, Joey, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. I know this is kind of boring for people who aren't Intel people. But, I figured it'd be cool just to, throw it out there. God, it's taking it probably take 5 minutes just to close that. So I talked about the business to business stuff. That's what I'm going to do now. And I'm going to check another folder because I got some more China stuff that I found just farting around last night. But first things first, let's start here. Let's see. Okay. All right. Like it. What was the PLZ? We went through this yesterday. Let me open Word back up. Some things just kind of didn't make sense, but now they make a lot of sense. Oh, wrong document. Maybe not. Hold on. Let me do this. Oh, shit. I can't from there. Fuck. So ChatGPT seems to be pretty good for giving me awareness of certain things. What is PLZ? In the context of China's in it. Oh, zip code. Okay. Cool. All right. I kind of figured that, but better to ask. Doing a more complex association chart and okay. All right. All right. So we have company info, location. Okay. Got it. Mm-hmm. All right. It's not showing me what I want because there we go. I might have to rebuild some stuff. I may not know much, but it's still pretty intriguing. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool. What I'm trying to do is maybe I didn't transfer it over when I re-uploaded this stuff. I'm looking for a good way to describe a company or a business. I know it's in here, or it was. I might have to redo that very soon because the company thing comes up. Oh, you know what we could do? I'm going to do shell company because I think that's closest to what I want. Let's do location. The same on here. Some of the things aren't pulling up the way they used to, which I don't like. Okay, could use house. Oh, you know what? Organization. That's what it is. I'm stupid. Locations. Let's try locations. Mm-hmm. We'll do building. Okay, so that makes sense. Country. Zip. State. Country code. Zip. 5 state. Okay, let's do organization. That looks better. Let's do and then 11 is email. Okay. Eight bags, 6 and 7. Okay. Yep. And email. Oops. Cool thing about this program, there's 20 ways to do 20 different things. Oops. All right. So what is this? Go down here. Cards. All right. I think I got everything. User of, location of. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Not bad. This is the map legend. Hey. Sorry, I wasn't watching. Hey, Richard, what's up, man? Doing good? Rebecca's Dirty South Cats. What's up? How's it going, guys? Just building some shit out. Let's get rid of that. Save this real quick. Where are you saving to? Okay. Let's go and save. Come on, bitches. Boom. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Let's just get this done and then merge it together. See if anybody here is hanging out with anybody. Oh, happy 4th. Import from file. Yep. Boom. Okay, it's a little different. So yeah, I got to make a new one. Let's go. Okay. Almost the same as the last one, but I didn't modify. The last one I modified, so need to probably should have done it on these two, knowing what I know now, but that's okay. Not worried about it. Some of these are going to have multiple telephone numbers within one row. Let's see if you can see it. Yep. Like right here. That's not good. It'll skew some results, but hey, like I said before, I'm not getting paid to do this. So be cool if I was. Again. How big is this? That's pretty big. Okay. 11. Oh. 8 is the person. Yeah. Okay. So what these are as well. Okay. I don't know how to describe this good, but hear me out. This data up here, I have the sample and I have the full version. A lot of times with hacker groups, things like that, um, if they have something, they're releasing it. A lot of times they want money, but they'll give you a sample every time. Maybe that sample's 500 rows, maybe 50, right? It just depends on the day. Yeah, it just really depends on the day. Just ask. A lot of times my best luck is just like I'm like, hey man, I can't afford to buy that shit. Can I mind giving it to me? I won't forward it on to anybody. I won't give it away as well. A lot of times they're just like, yeah. They'll give you a link and obviously, don't open up those links like Chrome or anything like that. That would be not smart. Actually, I did fax machine on the last one. You want consistency in this stuff, so if it is the same entity, it merges together. Email. All right. Hold on. I think we got every. Oh man, press the wrong button. That's okay. Bring this all in. Where's my folder? There it is. All right. Save this real quick. Yep. Here it is. We get rid of this. That is, as I mentioned, that's the legend. And here's another one. It's another blank field. At some point, if there's a necessity to do so, or maybe just as a, what would you call it? If somebody wants to hire me to put all this together in a super professional way, we have all these locations, map every single one of them out. We have some straggler stuff here, which is odd. I'll fix that later. Yeah. Open new. I'm gonna look at this first, see if I can just. Nope, this one's way different. Okay. This one's got some mistakes, as you can see. So let's see what's important. So I don't have context to what this field ID is. This ID project leader is important. This one's blank. We know the institution. We know funding. One, whatever that is. All right. That's interesting. So it made mistakes and then it pushed that data over. It's not uncommon, but we do have email. And let's see. That's the approval number. Approved here. Okay, so everything's kind of fine here, and then it goes a little haywire. So these keywords might come in handy later. So I'm going to put these, even because I don't have any context, right? Wally doing the voodoo that he do. Hey, thanks, man. There. Sorry. Sorry, we had a Blake's birthday party last weekend, and one of his baseball friends' little brothers left his shoes. One of them on the porch, and they're really good people. So, all right, I'm just gonna wing this. So I think it's probably smart because I'll show it in a second what cards look like, but cards are just as important as the data as the graph itself, the chart. Um, so all these things that I don't have context to, I'm going to add, but I'm going to add basically in the background. But you'll be able to you can double click on it and kind of see what that is. Youth Science Fund Project, key project. That's okay. Start here. The university. I wonder if this is messed up. No. Project leader though. Es muy importante. Okay. This one's going to be simple. Let's do email. This program was originally developed by the Brits, so like they don't call it college, like dickheads. PER person generic. So some of the terms are super duper British. All right. So cards. Let me show this. I'm going to do it for the person because that's probably what's most important. You're attaching an activity. Like for this, I mean, this is clearly funding the person who's in charge of it, what it does, and then they've notified the keywords. So like, I have no idea what this. You guys probably can't even see it. Peritonal pathogenic CD8 plus T cells. Okay, so this one's chemotherapy, DNA methylation. Then we also have some. It sucks. Okay, we also have some emails stuck where those emails are where they're supposed to go. So better to collect everything. So what I'm gonna do is go into card, create cards, and let's see here. Field 2. Can I do multiple? I think so. Nope. We'll see how this works. Nope, I already got that in there. I'll leave funding out for now because I want to get keywords in there. I'll do this into summary. Okay. Does have blanks? Yeah. No, it doesn't. That's weird. I wonder why that popped up. My little alert. Probably because there's not connections between the two. Yep. This might look a little crazy. We'll see. Oopsie. God damn. Almost knocked over my soda. Yeah, but you know what? This actually turned out not bad. Yeah, it's simple. I think that's Woo. Probably how I think that's how it's pronounced. I need more friends who speak more languages. Yeah. I mean, kind of a messed up email. Yeah, everything here looks pretty good. I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to show you what the cards look like. And it's probably a cluster because not how I typically do this, but all right. Hurry up. It's on a different screen saving now. Sorry, email, texting my son. My stepson, my daughter-in-law, and her brother are coming down for the day. They're a little over an hour north of us, so that's going to be fun. It's always good to hang out with some awesome people. All right, let's get this done. Boom. Oh, that's the big one. No, I want this one. See if this one's messed up too. I may, if it is, I may just take the time to fix it. Okay, it's pretty much the same. No, it's not. No, there's some differences. Yeah, it got messed up. All right. Let me move. Let me open this up and move it over. I'm going to see if I can do some quick repairs. Oh. All right. So there's some things we won't be able to do. Department. Yeah, there's actually extra details here. So this one, I'm going to take this, turn it into, I'm going to do this one a little different. First things first, let's get everything on the same page. Let's wrap this so I can see all of it. It's better. So this one, I'm going to rename this because you don't want to destroy the original. Okay, department English, department title. Okay, I see. The Mandarin did not translate over. That makes more sense. Okay, I don't need that because it's all the same. Okay. Granted amount. I'm going to turn this number into, I'll have to show it. This I'm going to put on the link. Keywords. Let's get rid of this. All right, let me scoot over and let's wrap this, see how big it is. Big data analysis. Know a little something about that myself. Okay, those look fine. There's no second emails. It's also fine. Okay. Interesting stuff. Obviously, anything to do with nuclear is fun. Fiber optic, also fun. Chemistry, fun. Rock and soil mechanics. Okay. I like it. So, going back, I'm just going to pull the new file instead of the old one. Cleaned it up just a little bit. And I'm going to do this one quite a bit different, but it export import problems, right? No, I mean there's ways to do everything, and I mean a lot of those laws they seem really cool on the surface, but you're dealing with governments and militaries and intelligence agencies, and people's contacts, and they just as hard as you say, don't let the Iranians, the Chinese have that. They're working just as hard to get it, and they're the ones who control the data coming in and the data coming out. So, yeah, good luck. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Project leader, obviously, this is the person. Do this. Okay. Okay. So all of these should have been in one, and it's separated because it's CSV. I got to figure out how to put that shit back together. I can do it with just a couple rows, but it's a little bit more complex. All right. Person. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Two is okay. Owner of, but okay. Email. Email. User of. And number 5 there. Da, 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 da. I'm going to make that the descriptor. I'm going to do document for now. And on this document, I'm going to add everything else as a descriptor. Nope, I don't want that one there. Okay, so number 1 is ID. What is 3? 3 is... Nope. Nope. Just going to do tag 7. Dollar amount. Boom. Dollar amount, and it was also dollar amount. Date added. Boom. And then for the same, I'm going to go into cards, create cards. Okay. Keywords, description. And I forgot to show you what this looks like, but we'll do that here in a second. Okay. Import. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, now that worked. Let me bring this in. Explain what it there. You got multiple entities working on multiple things or having ownership. So how are things related, right? Hey, what's up, G2? So in a situation like this, you want to show, this one's just close, all right? You want to show that this is the project owner, right? I added that one row in here. So the type of funding's a joint funding for South China University of Technology, and here's his email. And all those other details ended up under the actual project itself. So how it's funded, how much it was funded for, what's it called, the project identifier, that is the approval number, and the date that that funding was provided and who runs it. So that turned out pretty good. Yeah, and that's the imperial. That's not yen. That's dollars. China Canadian Collaborative Health Path thing. So joint programs. I mean, you know, that's a good way to get people into the country, right? Education visas, etc. Oh well, this fake doctor from China wants to teach at our university for a year. Sure, he does, pal. Uh, that's one thing I hate about the way we look at geopolitics right now from a political sense is, I don't know, without being too graphic, everybody in politics is fucking retarded. Okay. The people in the IC, people who work these issues know exactly what's going on. But they're like, well, oh, I can't say that publicly. I'll get reamed. It's like, well, you should say it publicly and you should speak the truth on it. But hey, that's why I'm not a politician. I probably wouldn't make it very long in that world anyway. Okay, let's save this. Rename. Copy. Sorry, I was just checking the chat for a minute. I get lost in this stuff because I do this like off camera, like a lot for a lot of different things. So I kind of talk to myself anyway when I do this stuff. All right, I think we got one more, and then I'm going to merge it. But let me. Why are you going so slow? All right, good. Oops. Where'd you go? All right, let's see. This one is titled 85,248 China B2B business to business emails, edu, comma, university. So this one's also messed up just like the last one. I'm going to assume it's the same thing. These rows were in Mandarin and it was translated to English. And so these ID numbers are all sequential. We don't need that. Doesn't mean anything. Don't need this. Don't need this. So in a real world scenario, I would really much like to have the original. This one's not as messed up though. Okay, so under keywords, there we go. This one didn't mess up on the way in. It didn't automatically comma separate values. So that's good. I can do this one just a little different. Yeah, I wonder. Hold on one second. Dun, 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 dun. No, it definitely won't because that field ended up way over there on the other one. So yes. Okay, new. Gonna have to do this again. That's no big deal. One thing. Oops. Where's something open? Oh, here it is. Okay. One thing I found, I started looking into China because of that AI platform that they had, and um, they're basically one thing I noticed they're really bad at lying right off the bat. They'll be like, "We didn't say that," and then like you just do a simple Google search, and you're like, you find a whole article about how they're like, "Oh yeah, we did that," you know. Uh, and then like for I forgot what the AI was called, but the people involved with that AI are so abundantly incompetent. It's like you don't have a PhD in artificial intelligence, right? Like you don't. Uh, I mean, these people didn't know anything about AI. So okay, so this one's going to be really similar. Uh, okay, all right. Boom. All right. Attributes. Got that. Got that. Funding. Funding approval year. Keywords. We're going to Wait a minute. Is this the right one? Yeah. That's weird. It looks okay. It separated value in here this time. That's weird. It didn't do it on the original. Something is messed up. That's okay though. That makes me wonder what's going on here. Okay. So it wasn't separated on the original, but it's separated in A and B. That is weird. I don't know that maybe that's what's been happening and I just didn't recognize it. But I got to remind myself not getting paid, so I don't need to spend 8 hours fixing something that I'm not getting paid to do. You know. When people's lives are on the line, though, in real world scenarios, if you have to spend 8 hours doing something, spend 8 hours doing something, right? That's how it should be. You want to give, at the bare minimum, you have to give an 85% solution to a problem. And that 85% has to be as right as it can with the information that you can. So, boom, drag that over. I'm going to do author of, no, I'm going to do worked for. What's to category? 5 and 6 are money. What is 7? Approved year. Date added. All right. Oops. Adam. Hey, buddy. Got a, what day is the day? Friday? Yep. So I got one of my longtime Marine friends is retiring this weekend, and that ceremony is going to be at the Marine Corps Museum, and so that's going to be awesome. And really good dude, super duper proud of him. Way better Marine than I ever was. Yeah, he started in tanks and then went intel. Tanks are fucking badass. There's no way you can. There's no way you can look at tanks any differently than awesome. Like, I mean, now, the Marine Corps got rid of tanks. If you don't know that, if anybody doesn't know that, and that's a really smart decision. It goes to show that how the Marine Corps sees what's coming in the future, and instead of like holding on to these things, because tanks are fucking awesome. Why would we want to get rid of tanks? And the Marine Corps is more like a $300 drone, handmade, with a $200 munition, can destroy a 29-ton, $30 million piece of armor. If it's I don't know if those numbers are correct. That's just guessing out of my head, but but yeah, they're okay. So that's not a viable solution anymore, right? And boom, yeah, that turned out. That's pretty good. All right. Yeah, everything here looks pretty good. Ba, ba, ba. Here's the thing I need to delete. So what ends up happening, like, it gives people false hope. Like, the legend is not very descriptive, or so you really want to take that out. Boom. Okay, let's put this all together. Just going to save this ahead of time. China B2B Master Merge. 07042025 WALLY. All right, so here's how merging works. I mean, this one's not going to be huge, but this one's, I imagine there's some university connections and maybe some people. Basically, you go in Control A, Control C, and then you paste it. Right. So I'm going to make this small so you can kind of see what these connections look like. Let's go here. Control A, Control C, going back in the master, and I'm going to tell it to paste here. Boom, connections. Point A, point B, right? Do that again, but we'll do it down over here. And some of those connections might be big and strategic. Those I end up taking out because they're not necessary. Again, if this was a real paid project, I would be doing things slightly different. Only one connection there. There you go. That's not bad. Control A, Control C. Let's do this one right here. Boom. Okay. And on the final, Control A, Control C. Paste here. Boom. Okay, so there's connections, right? For cyber stuff, what I've done in the past, like I'll just show you this real quick. There's more than one thing here. Let's see if I got both lines. Nope. Okay. Boom. Oh, and there too. This is a pro tip. All right, so if you want to see exactly what those connections are, here's what you do. I am copying the link, or I'm highlighting the link. This is for a specific reason, obviously. Going a little deeper. There we go. All right, so here's the trick, right? Once you got the links highlighted, that is the link between the two entities from two different groups of data that are connected. Okay. I go up to select connection and ends, and I copy that. Control C. Now, obviously, I could do it down here too. That's a lot to do. Open up a new chart. Boom. So then what I do is I bring that all in. Take a peek. Okay. So it's pretty much right on that. It's University, South China University of Technology. That's where most of those connections were. Here we have a blank. Obviously, that's going to connect, so we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. But now I know that that's on, same with this one. Boom, can get rid of that. Now I know that's on the master though. So what I can do is, let's see. Okay, this can go. That doesn't tell us anything. It's blank field. Not a blank field. Not a blank field. Zoom out. I bet that's a blank field. Yep. Yep, that's a blank field. Fit to window. Fit selection to window. Not blanks, not blanks, not blanks, not blanks, not blanks. Awesome. No blanks. Actually, I'll bring this together. It'll be easier for me to see anyway. So, taking out some of the false positives. as anybody who works in Intel can tell you, like when I made the change from counterterrorism and targeting and special operations into cyber, uh, when I started doing this methodology with infrastructure and I saw connections, like it blew my fucking mind, right? Like, so here's an example. Let's just say MILF out of the Philippines. It's called the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, the terrorist organization. It kind of, they're, I mean, they've had some effective attacks. They're not, they're willing to fight, but let's say you were watching ISIS in Syria, and then all of a sudden, you're getting all this, you're putting all this intelligence data onto a chart, and all of a sudden there's a connection from the Philippines to Syria. That is a red fucking flag, and it's like, a check to make sure you didn't make a mistake, validate the data, what are the sources, and you start asking questions and start doing the motions because that's kind of a big deal. Um, Transnational terrorism's pretty big deal. In cyber, it's not the thing with infrastructure. You can be in the Philippines using Syrian infrastructure, or in this case, let's say more likely, Iran using Russian servers or servers in the Netherlands or Iceland or the Seychelles. You could be anywhere digitally and have a very small imprint. Um, let's see. I like that where it's at. So I'm just going to save it, and then that's saved. And I'm going to save these. Oh, man, it's taking a while. I am also going to check real quick. Actually, I'll move this over just let me make sure one thing's not in there so you guys can see what I'm doing. Get rid of this. Nope. Save, yep. Okay, so that's an interesting data set, right? We know something now that we didn't know before, specific programs. Maybe those programs are 99% not malicious, right? Uh, Fine. Like, it's probably pretty normal, right? Um, oh, yeah, the Old Guard 2 is out. I watched that last night. And then I watched a really shitty, what do you call it? Um, Pirated version of the new Mission Impossible. Now I'm like, yeah, now I gotta go and watch the real one because all right. All right, so this is just from these are data dumps, right? In a lot of various forms. Um, Let me move this over a little bit so I can. Okay, that's better. I like that. All right, so move this. There we go. And let me make it a little bigger. Oh, that was a little smaller. That's even smaller. Okay. All right. So these are chat exports. These are scrapes from Telegram. Torrents are obviously what torrents are. That's how you download data. Uh, what is APK again? Uh, Hold on one sec. Mm, Picking up my kids today instead of tomorrow, so that's cool. That makes my life a lot better. Okay, so these files are uh, Android, Android package kit. Uh, so I'm gonna have to find something that can, um, decode that. Or if it's packets, it might be a packet assembly program, which I could probably do in a few things. Uh, More recently, obviously, a lot of Israel. Um, I've seen more Israel. So like uh, leak 10,000 something. What are these? These are just images from sites that I was pulling. A lot of Iranian stuff. Let's see what this is. I don't know what this is. Let's see. I mean, this is why data dumps are so fascinating. Okay, what is this? Central Bank of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And then it says this is to the carpet, but I mean, this is hey, uh, Mr. Richard, what is this? If you're still on, could you tell me what that is? Let me zoom in. I know these are all names here, names and titles. Past that, yep, CEO of the bank, blah, 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 blah. Is this an honorific? I don't know. Get back to me if you can. I'll send you this document directly. But okay, so super high intel value. No, not necessarily, but we do know something. It's little pieces of puzzle we put together over a long period of time. Law firm breach. Okay, that's 2023. Still, you don't want law firms getting breached and then all the data released. That's never good. What was that? Uh, oh, it's Iranian. Fars News Agency. Okay, cool. Huh. Uh, don't know. Let's see. Okay. This country budget. All right, cool. Gonna have to. I mean, I'll go through all of these. Uh, just a reminder when you see years in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Okay. Um, hey, is it in Iran? It's Hijri, right? They go by the Hijri calendar, just like the Arab world, the Middle East would. Um, or we're on Imperial. Hey, do you remember whether that's the birth or the death of Muhammad? Uh, I can probably just chat GPT it, but if you're here, that would be awesome. Yes. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. So let's say the entire Middle East and parts of Asia use birth. All right. They use Hijri, which is where Imperials is the birth of Jesus. Their calendar starts with the birth of Muhammad. So um, when you see these what seem to be weird dates, it translates directly um, into the imperial calendar, but that is why those look different. These are bank documents. Let's see what these are. These look fun. Bank documents are always fun, you know, especially when it's a whole thing. Like and for security in America, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Oh, too large. Wow. Okay. Well, that'll still pop up. Don't convert. National code. Some of these banks that are abroad foreign banks, they'll have literally everything on one chart. And I know why they're doing that. They're doing that because like ease of data. Okay. Well, whatever dudes. Let's see, national code, card number, full name, which is in a different language, obviously, birth date, and this is obviously abroad because you see here you got 1350, so June, basically June 15th, 1350, and mole. So the religious with the original data set, this would be a name in that, and likely Farsi. Because obviously I've been focusing on Iran, so I don't need Pakistani banks right now. It takes up a lot of data, obviously. These are great. Let's check out this PowerPoint. Awesome. What is it though? We have 14. Okay. Yeah. Oops. God damn it. Oh, okay. This is coronavirus. This is daily reports from universities on the progress of coronavirus pandemic. Corona shit. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, cool, but don't really need it. See if there's anything really cool in here. I haven't really gone through it like this. This is cool. This is a dashboard of some sort. Who's this guy? Don't know. Uh, 2700 NordVPN. This is probably credentials. Oh shit, it's over here. So let's see. Yeah, yeah, and their expiration date. So in theory, what you can do, all these are expired. They're no longer username and password's probably no longer good on any of these, but there's a lot of them. Yeah, you would try them out on different. You would try that email and username combination in other medias. Okay, more usernames and passwords, right? Cracked by that hacker. And for those systems, Hulu, no ads. God damn. There's hackers out there, mostly not in America, who literally don't pay for any service, and just like they'll get busted like once a year, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, better go find somebody else's Netflix password." Same here. These are username and passwords. Call of Duty. Let's see. Grammarly Premium, Pornhub, Social Club, Domino's. This stuff is just there. Most people are unaware how vulnerable uh, they really, really are. Um, Everything out there is exceptionally vulnerable. This will be a whole series in itself, just like how what is the whole, let's say, supply chain behind hacking and then releasing the data. Um, it's it's a lot, right? There's a lot. There's a more to it than it's not just like, oh, we got hacked, they released the data. It's more than that. There's follow on. There's within a hacker group. It's almost never one person, right? You have a malware guy, you have the attack vector guy, you have the C2 guy. There's a lot of moving parts with these groups, and don't think of it as super hierarchical. It is sometimes. Some of these big hacking groups that make hundreds of millions of dollars a year hacking everybody, they have their own HR groups. All right. And so now we're getting into this. It's obviously Russian. One thing I started doing, I did it before I started pulling all the malware. So the actual malware pack. Um, like here we go. Let's open this so you can take a look, and we can do. I mean, we can. This is it's over here. We can talk about this quite a bit more. And oh, you stupid fuck. Here we go. All right, yeah. So we got the source, we got the panel, and all the other data, right? So that's. Let me zoom in here. Sorry. Oh, I cannot. So if you have, so two things, if you have the actual malware source code, you can rebuild it in a different way. You can change the C2. It's like, okay, well, the embedded C2 goes here, and then you have to pay money to use the dashboard, etc. Just like any software, just like getting a cybersecurity software, right? That's not very fun. Botnets pack, that's pretty cool. Botnets traffic automation tools, pretty cool. Where I just saw brute force, where did I see that? Here, brute force. Yep. Credit card, checkers pack, cyber ghost VPN, because obviously you don't want to use your own computer infrastructure without being protected. Yeah. Yep. Hey, man, I've spent 22 years in that world. Like that's just the way of the world. What was that one I just saw? Gift card generators. That looks pretty interesting. New Israeli leaks. You could have this. Let's see what this one is. It's gonna pop. Oh, here we go. Nope. I don't know what any of this is, but let's go on the translator and just take a peek. I won't be exposing Israel. Let's see. Okay. Program instructions, approved status, national outline plans and district outline plans, approved state localities, construction appendix, landscape appendix, drainage, infrastructure trees. So this is something, it's infrastructure related or, city projects, planning type stuff. Russian names, 24 million. I mean, if there's extra data there, that could be really helpful. All resize. Let's see what this is. God damn you. Oh, what a handsome guy. Yeah. I wonder if this is all pictures of people. Yep. Yep. So there's a ton of them. Well, it says 5,000. Doesn't look like 5,000, but all right. So stuff like that will come in handy. It just will. Let's see. Let's just go down. Man, we have barely scratched the surface here. Where did I just see? Imam Sadiq University. Uh, more IDF. Op Drug War. Op Rotten Pig. Those are from Anonymous. Anonymous has been great. Like if you're into data and this type of stuff, some more Israelis, more Persian. All right. So let me go up here again. I don't know what these are. Let's find out. Ooh, my favorite schematics. see what this is. We're supposed to have the address. It's not American names for sure. Yeah. This is an air handler unit, so I mean it's not like a nuclear device or anything. I guess it could be associated with air at a nuclear facility, but it's gas. South Pars gas field development. Let's look that up. Persian Gulf off the southern coast of Iran near the border of Qatar. It is the Iranian portion of the world's largest natural gas field, which is shared between Iran and Qatar. Nearest port is Asula in the Bashir province. Interesting. So it could be something, schematics, like if you need to go blow something up, pretty good to know how it works, right? And I bet all of these are something similar. Yeah, South Pars. Okay, a lot of details. Siren system. More schematics. Coup. IFDA. Oh, Iran and Food Drug Administration. Okay, cool. I mean, that kind of goes to show nobody's safe, right? They're like, yep, National Gas Company. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, man, dude, we got everything, dude. There's so much new shit. There's so much new stuff. It's like when we've discussed it before. That's one of the problems with this. There's so much data. It is hard to. It's really hard to. Yeah, it's really hard to like keep up with. There's so much, and then what's important at the moment. Yeah. And why do they take pictures of documents and then put them into a PDF? Like, why? Why'd they do that? I wouldn't have done that. That's, but that's just me. EPC agreement for the design and construction of NOR project structures. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Let's take this. Let's just move this down. I have to go get kids now. Which I was going to do tomorrow, but now I'm getting them today because they want to hang out with. Okay, well now I'm just picking up one instead of two. I'm going to get the other one tomorrow. Jeez, kids. But I'm going to have to cut this a little short. And yep, we're going to cut this. Going to cut this a little short today. Hey, thanks, Rich. I will. Got family coming down. So yeah, I'm going to go get the kids. I'll do this at least one more time over the weekend. I'm recording another specific video for the Chinese, the big picture stuff. There's probably probably 3,000 more documents that I haven't even touched. I'm going to go kind of do a triage, find what's important. And then I'm going to build a base chart for those, add those to my China merge, and go from there. So, hey, listen, appreciate you guys tuning in. How's the music, by the way? The music's always awesome. I'm going to be recording some music, some me playing today too, just because we'll be in the garage and probably, I bet 15 people end up here. And 4th of July is always fun. And, if you've are on any of my social media, you see like the 4th of July freedom photos. I will be putting on the American flag cape. I will be incredibly covered with firearms from head to toe, or super cool guns, right? Thanks. I love them too. But I take a traditional 4th of July picture, which is me doing something super motivating and probably frustrating for many, and just get it done. Have a good time. So, but hey, at that, guys, listen, have a good day. Enjoy your 4th. Stay tuned for more. Got any questions, reach out. Where's Wally Podcast, gmail.com. I just started a TikTok, which is also titled the Where's Wally Podcast. I'm going to put shorts on there and figure it out. Even though I'm adamantly against TikTok, everybody seems to think that that's a pretty good idea when it comes to a media perspective. So, yeah, not my real name, real email, shit like that. So cool. At that, guys, have a good weekend. If you got my cell, reach out, text, and hit me up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay tuned. And Wally out. Peace.